show! Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Friendly Designs. And of course, I'm your host, Friendly. And of course, we have a wonderful audience. Aren't they great, everyone? Oh, they're just so perfect. And of course, we're back with Friendly Designs, the show that talks about building, terraforming, and everything you need to know to be the bestest builder that ever was. And of course, we do have our friend, Friendly on the Fields, who shows us examples of what we could or should do, you know? I think that from now on, he should be the one to introduce our topics, because it's so hard for me to do it, you know? So hard. So hard. Anyway, I don't want to cry, otherwise I'll have to retouch my makeup. That's what talk show hosts have for these days. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you so much for all the support, the love, and don't forget to press the subscribe button, the like button, and if you really like these videos and have ideas for videos, comment down below. I don't usually say that, but you know what? Hi. Anyway, guys, let's get to it. Let's go. Let's speak to Friendly on the Fields. Hello! Oh, thank you, Friendly. Thank you so much. Oh, well, I'm Friendly on the Field, and today we're going to be talking about protection. No. I didn't mean condoms. Put the condoms away. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you people? Get your minds out of the gutters. I'm talking about protection from the outside world. Walls, roofs, other stuff. I don't know what the other stuff is, but I know it's protection-wise. With walls, I like to make sure that they are completely covered, no spaces left alone, except for the windows. You know, you gotta plan out where your windows are gonna be, especially if you're gonna put windowsills and trap doors and all kinds of things. But with this build, it's my medieval build. Medieval builds, I usually think of things that are incomplete or a little bit messy. And you're probably wondering, why would you want to build something messy? Well, it's not about so much the mess as it is the gradient. Now, you can go really far with the gradient. You could put, like, say, moss down the bottom that goes into mossy cobble, that goes into cobble, that goes into stone, that goes into stone brick. But I've decided to do something a little bit different. I've decided to use both smooth diorite and normal diorite. Now, the blend of this is because I believe that back in the day, when they were to do medieval builds, they didn't have the time to do every piece of the material perfectly. Plus, they just didn't have the skill, you know? Not to shade them in any way, but they just didn't have the skill. But yeah, this is protection from the outside world. Of course, the zombies can just jump through this window, but that's what something we'd do for later. Especially because we do need to cover it in, and I like to leave this space completely blank because it's the next step for me. This is the foundation. We built the foundation last time. Remember, we built the skeleton with the beautiful pillars, and now we're building the flesh. The gross, icky flesh. And the flesh is kind of really important to the build because it does protect it. If you think about, you know, normal flesh protecting the bones, that's kind of what happens here. Why don't you build a roof and get over it? Okay, I'll stop. However, this is my roof. Now, of course, my favorite block to use on a roof is deep slate. I also like nether brick, but deep slate is really good because it actually has 4 variations, from cobble to smooth to tile to brick. There are 4 different types. I'm using only 3 in this one because I want to use the cobble elsewhere, but this is really cool. See, look at the different pattern. You're probably wondering, what is the pattern? And in my answer, there is none, really. I mean, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I mean, there is no combination, no cheats here. I just did it randomly. So as you can see, you get this like chunky behavior right here, and you get your chunks down there. And it's something you could also use in terraforming if you do want to do this sort of chunk terraforming that I didn't really show. I'm not a real big chunk terraformer. That's why I didn't show you it. I'm not really versed in it. But this is kind of what I did for the roof. I like doing the chunks for the roof because when you look far away, it kind of looks like shadowing and a lot of it blends. And of course there's erosion and stuff over time just gets moldy and the bricks fade. It's my way of making it look realistic, even though it's not, you know, there's not anything realistic at all about this, but it's fine. Another thing is the shape. Now you can do pretty much any shape. Sometimes I like to do double stairs. Sometimes I just like to do this bit over and over and over again. It really is about the height. You can even go to the middle pillar, build all the way up to the height that you want it, and then do a strip. So you know you have to go from there to there. So you could build it that way, or you could just build it freehand and go, okay, just building up, building up, building up, building up, building up, and then build this beam. So it'll be whatever height you made from the pattern you decided on. So really, it is about this bit right here. How jagged you want it, how tall you want it, how straight you want it, what pieces you use, what shape you decide on. But this is the shape I liked. I like it because it was kind of like a barn, if you think about it. Like, look at that barn head. Look at the head of a barn. Isn't it beautiful? So cute. This is my version of a basic medieval build. Now, everything about it is very basic, very starter home, very easy to collect, very easy to get. All this material you can get at the start of your game. Oh, you won't believe it. You won't believe it, guys. You won't believe it. I came into school after hours. I'm such a rebel. I'm like all the cool kids now. They'll have to respect me. They'll need to respect me because I'm one of the cool kids. Yeah, that's why I'm hiding in the library, because learning is cool. What? Learning isn't cool? What do you know? You aren't hiding in school late at night. What about something more random, like fantasy? Well, we have a fantasy build right here. Now, in this fantasy build, I used some materials I'm not used to using, which is warped block. I'm not used to using any of the walk brick. As you can see, I used some terracotta up there as well for a little bit of a blend. But fantasy is a lot different. It's about craziness, randomness, just all over the place. Now, the roof of a tower is really up to you. I did a basic ass tower. Now, this isn't even one of my favorite side designs. This is just something I literally threw together. I wanted to make it more fantasy. I could have made it more pointed, to be honest, but I just wanted it to be flat so it wasn't too tall for this one. So yeah, we just built a small little roof, had some pieces coming down from it, and just a basic tower shape. Nothing too exciting. I mean, we are going to detail it later. And this roof, I decided instead of making it just a straight roof all the way to the top, I decided we'd have an angle, and then it just angled off. It's kind of like those boats, boathouses, if you remember. In like Fable, they have those boathouses. They're like a house made out of the boat, because they use the bottom of the boat for the roof. And then they just design it, you know, they fill it in. So that's what I kind of wanted to go for. I wanted to go for like this magical kind of boathouse, and I liked it. I like it. I imagine this is in the fairy world, you know, just above the crystal waters of the beautiful crystal lake. Now, as I said before, you can use one type of brick. I mean, I've used it here. I've just used nether brick. I mean, you can blend with other stuff, but I thought for this one, I'd just use one to show you an example of just using the same brick for the entire thing. Some people don't like this. I don't mind it, especially if you're putting a lot of detail in it. So if I was to put a furnace or a giant chimney, or maybe there's going to be a lot of growth on here. Maybe I'm going to have, like, I don't know, a little terrace here, just so people look out into the unknown. I don't know. It's really up to you, but I like to leave this area plain, especially with fantasy builds. The worlds weren't much different from the ones in the medieval builds. I wanted something that kind of looked like it was thrown together by a witch, you know? Just thrown together by a good old witch. I used some logs and some planks, and this is the one where I actually used planks instead of rocks. A lot of the time with fantasy builds, you will see houses made of wood rather than rock, stone, those sorts of things. I don't know why. It's just often a thing I see. You can see terracotta, you can see prismarine, but I don't often see stone or deep slate. That's more of a demonic or like a medieval or industrial. Those are the ones I usually think of. Whereas this one, you can go a bit crazy, especially with color. It's more important that you go crazy with color on fantasy builds. My only tips with fantasy builds is just let yourself go wild. Remember that no one shape is going to be okay. Nothing symmetrical, nothing that looks perfect. I mean, unfortunately, I'm just doing the base at the moment, so it does look a little bit too perfect, but we're going to rough it up in the next couple of episodes. This one right now, I like it. It's cute. It's adorable. It does look okay. It's not my favorite house because I'm not a fantasy builder, but I do enjoy the way it's going.
Well, hello there. Hi, my name's Bigly, and I think you should all come to the Nether. Yes, come to the Nether. Nether is important. Nether is cool. Nether is hot. Very, very, very hot. But we have these guys. Look at them. They're so cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. They have, very little amount of hair. We also have these guys. Look at them. Oh yeah, all undead and stuff. Aren't they cool? That's my brother Timmy. He tried to dance with the Hoglin. Didn't work out. Of course, how could I forget these guys? Oh, they love a good suntan. You can take them to the beach. I don't think they like me very much. But I think they'll be your best new friend. So why should you come to the Nether? There's so many cool things. Just think about it, okay? Yeah, you think about it. I don't want to push you or anything, but the Nether's really cool. So, come to the Nether. Oh, shiny lava. Oh, so pretty like gold. Ah! Ah!
The last example is the modern house. Now, I filled in all the walls and the ceilings and the roofs of this modern house. I've even added a bit more level to it, as you noticed. But this is a modern build. Now, modern builds are quite plain, simple, and easy. I don't really know what else to say to you guys about modern builds because it is straightforward. As I told you in Foundation, modern builds are about shapes, so it's very much about just making simple shapes. You'd fill this in with glass, maybe. You might have some topiary at the front. But it really is about the small details and minimalism. As you can see, I did decide to use a lot more black, especially to cut up the two levels. So this goes almost all the way around, but all the way around in the sense of inside. And I really like it because it gives that pop of color. Especially with modern builds, it's hard to do that. This is more like the 80s modern because of the two shapes here. It kind of gives a blocky shape. But if you're wondering, does this look like a console? Yes, it does. If you're wondering, does this look like a chunky piece of jewelry? If it was ugly enough. But honestly, that's kind of the thing you have to do. You have to take huge, giant shapes and pile them on top of each other. Think of blocks, like Legos, or even just building blocks. When you're like laying out a shape for another build, you know how you do those squares, and then you do another square next to it, and you do a long strip? That's kind of what you have to do here. Just fill it in. It's not about making strange shapes. It's not about triangles a lot of the time. It's about long, linear lines. Rectangles and squares are your best friend in this one. You can even do just random layers over the top of things. It doesn't need to be make sense. It doesn't need to make sense. Think of like space. Think of like future. That's kind of what modern is. It always tries to look to the future and try to be clean, minimalistic. Clutter is the worst enemy, okay? Get rid of the clutter. The clutter's bad. Get rid of it. But either way, these are 3 examples of protection. Or well, that's what I like to call it. I could have called it, infrastructure, but I decided I like protection. That sounds better. Put away the condoms. Put them away. But yeah, these are the protection you need to think about after doing foundation. You need to think about your walls and roofs because details can come afterwards. Details can come afterwards. If you want to add anything, so if you want to add a chimney to this build, or no, not that build. But if you do add it, it's okay to break into your old roof and put a chimney in there. You don't have to plan for the chimney beforehand. Just plan at the time you need it, okay? Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you so much for being here with me. This has been great. I've been friendly on the field. I'm going to send you back to friendly. Also, don't be afraid, okay, guys? Building is a learning experience, trial and error, and I can't wait to see what you build.
Oh my god, that was so good. I've learned so much. Oh, you know, sometimes friendlies aren't the smartest, and we like to learn things. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching the episode today. Like, seriously, it means so much to me that you do. I really appreciate it. From one friendly person to another, thank you. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of the friendly community. And of course, I've been Friendly. You've been watching Friendly Neighborhood Noob Friendly Designs. That's right. Friendly Designs. I hope you'll come back for the next episode. I'm really enjoying having you on, and so is my audience. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next episode. Remember to eat your spaghetti, don't play with Freddy, and never forgetty. That was terrible. Just go. Goodbye. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Yeah. Bye.